Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Today, we are going to be covering the group boss proposal for Varlamore Part 2. I have not even taken a look at this. I haven't even... literally, I'm just reading the first paragraph right here. So I am completely blind to what this is going to entail, and I'm really, really excited to get into it. But first, we have to review the Monster Ultra Sunrise. Yes, this is the orange one. And let's just give it a little sippy sip. My mouth is parched right now. I just woke up. Woo! Oh my God. That is so good. Oh my God, that is so good right now. Oh. Okay, I am not a huge fan of orange stuff, generally speaking. This is so fucking refreshing. I am genuinely giving this honestly, right now I want to give it a 9-1. I really do. But I know over time it would diminish. But you know what? I'm just going to hold my ranking. 9-1 right here. This is fucking phenomenal. It's so refreshing. It's so tart. And it's a little bit more carbonated than smooth, I would say, than most of the monsters. But oh my God, that just genuinely slaps so hard right now. 9-1, boys. Let me know what you guys think. Am I going crazy? Group boss Varlamore Part 2. In the mountains of Varlamore, an ancient monster awakens. Long ago, in the days before Varlamore's founding, the land was inhabited by a multitude of strange and powerful beings. It is said that one such being dwelled among the barren peaks of the Hailstorm Mountains. The old ones call this place Coat Petal, but those who live in its shadow today call it the Dark Frost. There they say that the Hoykotal, am I saying that? I really hope I'm saying that right. A great and terrible serpent lies sleeping, coiled around the heart of the mountain. They say its scales are strong as rock and that it sleeps upon a bed of gold. They say that the dwarves who first encountered this monster were rewarded with riches beyond their wildest dreams. They say that when the Hoykotal awakes anew, it'll be angry enough to tear through stone. For centuries, these legends were thought to be nothing more than tall tales, but now the mountain trembles, and the Hoykotal has proven to be very, very real. Left unchecked, the Hoykotal's power could cause untold devastation. Faced with this new danger, the dwarves have begrudgingly enlisted the help of adventurers like you to help them subdue the beast. Are you up to the challenge? The Hoykotal is a new group encounter aimed at players with 90 plus total combat level. We also recommend having access to protection prayers. Loot-wise, we're looking to bosses like Nex and Scurious. Loot-wise? What? Look at this. Oh, wait. Let me just keep reading. That reward multiple players, I see. While you can choose to face the Hoykotal alone or en masse. Do I say en masse or en masse? Genuinely, somebody leave a comment down below. And while you're down there, just drop a like on the video if you're enjoying this. Is anyone enjoying this right now? This is just so boring right now. We recommend teaming up with 3 to 8 friends for the best experience. So 3 to 8 for the best. Can it go beyond that? Can we do 100 people? Man, that's good. So what can you expect? Gameplay. Oh, that is fucking sick. Look at that, guys. This looks like a Chinese dragon or something. What the hell? So is this a snake? A serpent? What do they say it was? It's a serpent. This looks like a dragon. I guess serpents and dragons are kind of the same. This is a 7 by... Oh my God. Look, this is our player. And this thing's a 7x7. Please, do not change. I know this is concept art, but please don't change this. I really genuinely want this, whatever this thing's called, Hoykotal, as a pet. Can we just have this as a pet? This looks this does not look OSRS themed whatsoever right now. This looks like I don't even know what this looks like. This looks like something I'm not even going to try to describe what this looks like. It looks like a Chinese dragon though, which is pretty badass, but I just want this as my pet right now. Just let it hop or something. Does it fly? It has wings, but it looks pretty heavy. Before we begin, please note that we are at an early stage of development and details are subject to change from now up until release. The Hoikotl's powerful claws has allowed it to dig a network of tunnels all through the mountain, but you'll face it on the surface. It's not instanced. Anyone can clamber up the mountain and join the battle. We will likely implement player limits to help with performance, which we'll talk about more when we're closer to launch. Don't worry, there will be solo options available for players who need them. You'll never be truly alone, though. To help you out, you'll be accompanied by a band of dwarves. What? Including a priest who will aid you during the encounter. What? That is so badass. Parts of this colossal serpent are poking out from caves all over the mountain. Wherever it's exposed, you can attack, which you'll need to do if you want to reach the top of the mountain, where the final part of the battle awaits. The Hoikotl won't take your attacks lying down, so stay alert. When enough body parts have been damaged, the path to the peak will open. On the summit, you'll face the Hoikotl head on, literally. You'll need to contend with all the same hazards as before, but when the mighty Hoikotl tires of your shenanigans, it'll shield itself with its tail. You'll need to break it to keep up the fight. Once the tail is shattered, you'll be free to start battling again. There's a few things during this encounter that were keeping us surprised, but we'll leave that for you to figure out when you face this deadly foe. Is that a period right there? They put an exclamation mark and a period. This whole scrap the blog. No, I'm kidding. To recap, join the Dwarven party and make your way up to the Dark Frost Mountain. Okay. Number 2, attack the parts of the Hoikotl sticking out from the rock while avoiding hazards. Don't forget your protection prayers. Number 3, when the Hoikotl moves, climb up to the top of the mountain and attack the head. 4, if the Hoikotl uses its tail to defend itself, shatter it so you can resume the fight. And 5, deal damage to the head until the Hoikotl is defeated. Once you've pacified the Hoikotl, there'll be a bit of downtime as it gets ready to fight again. Okay, so let me just say right now, and I've said this in like rambles and other things, we really do want to not feel punished bringing more people into fights like this. So they're obviously saying 3 to 8 players. This is sounding kind of a little bit like Toa, in where solo is technically going to be the best at some point, and going beyond 8 is just like you're just clowning around basically. Can we not have that as a mechanic? Like however many players, I mean, it looks like they're saying player limits, but like whatever the player limit is, can we just like not be punished dramatically? In fact, I wouldn't want any punishment at all for bringing on more players. There can be a cap, but what I'm really scared of is this downtime, because basically if this thing is unscaled, which it sounds like it's unscaled because it's not instance, it's like you're just going up and killing it. However much downtime you add that is essentially making the more players you bring on, just making it way more inefficient to farm. Now, I know most people don't care about efficiency, but it still feels good to feel like you're doing a boss in the quickest way possible so that you're getting as much loot potential as possible. So honestly, I'm worried about the whole downtime because it just means that soloing is just going to be better. Literally the longer the fight takes and the more loot potential you get, it's better to just drag on the fight as long as I'm struggling to word this, but you guys know what I'm saying. Being in a solo is going to be much faster because you can have less downtime over the course of, the few hours you kill it, let's say. So yeah, let's just dramatically tone down this downtime. Maybe just make it so you can just instantly get back into another fight. So, because honestly, it literally is the downtime that makes massing up with people so inefficient. Like in almost every case, that is like the biggest reason Nex also has the problem with the nulled damage. But the fact that Nex literally takes a fucking minute basically to respawn after it dies, it's so much better to duo it or to trio it rather than doing it in like a 20-man mass. It's actually like pathetic how bad it scales because of the downtime. This boss will be among the first to benefit from the upcoming Project Rebalance changes, but we'll leave it to you to discover which attacks are most effective against the stone-faced foe. It's going to be the Inquisitor's Mace with full Inquisitors. And a Harmonized Orb. I think you just know it. Harmonized Orb with the elemental stuff. It's gonna change colors similar to the Dagonoth stuff. I'm just like calling this. It's gonna change colors, so you're gonna want the You're gonna want the harmonized orb, so you're just blasting this thing with the different spells, and then you're gonna equip your full inquisitors with the fucking mace, and you're just gonna be slamming this thing with crush. It's exactly what it's gonna be. Am I wrong on that? Like, seriously, come on. I'm just like 100% right. And it's dropping a Tome of Earth, so of course it's gonna do that. We've also kept Project Rebalance in mind while designing the rewards for this boss. Tome of Earth and Muddy pages. Tradable. We think the Hoyokoto is the perfect place to obtain our newest elemental tome and the associated pages. Just like the others, the Tome of Earth is an infinite source of earth runes, as long as it's charged with Muddy pages. Charges will be depleted when casting earth spells specifically, which makes sense because the tome also increases the earth spells by 10%. Remember that also the Tome of Fire is also going to be nerfed to 10%. Except for in the Wilderness, which is just so goddamn odd. The Wilderness is such a private server at this point. There's so many like random exceptions, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Dueling Wand and Dueling Shot. On the same theme, this is tradable. On the same theme, we're shaking things up with a brand new weapon and associated spell. The Dueling Wand requires 65 magic to wield and can autocast its own new spell, Dueling Shot. Dueling Shot is an earth spell that also requires 65 magic and must be cast with Dueling Wand. It's a 3-tick spell which requires 1 death, 3 earth, and 2 air to cast. Although if you have your Tome of Earth handy, you can save a few. Its base max hit is 15, roughly equivalent to the same damage as the 5-tick Iban's Blast. God damn it, this thing's a piece of shit. God damn it. It also has a neat built-in feature which gives you a 30% chance to not consume the required runes. Okay, so 30% chance to not consume the death. I mean, you're going to be using your earth thingy, right? Probably. Is this an earth casting thing? I wonder, did they decide that they were going to be doing that? I remember originally with the elemental spells, they said like the charge staves were also going to get their like respective elements. So like the Trident of the Sea, is actually water-based and things like that. Did they ever, I genuinely cannot remember if they actually added that to these powered staves, or it's simply just elemental casting spells. So anyway, whatever this is, it doesn't seem like amazing. The average DPS between 65 and 99 magic should just be under Iban's Staff and the accompanying spell. But with the new Tome of Earth equipped, this increases to around 10%. Okay, so this is earth-based. The Warp Scepter and Trident of the Seas will out DPS it at higher levels, but until then, the Dueling Wand will be a powerful earth-based weapon for your arsenal. The other really, really cool thing about this, I have to say, is that it is 3-tick. So, TOB, this actually could be useful just because it is a faster attacking weapon. So if you're trying to kill the mini blues, that would, I'm not going to lie, I really do feel like they could go crazier on this weapon. So obviously we're going to read the rest of the rewards and maybe I'll change my mind on this. But it would actually be really cool if this casting thing had like a minimum damage or something. Like imagine that, because the beauty of a 3-tick weapon is simply like you're going to have scenarios where now it's going to be really, really useful for just annihilating things really, really quickly with Mage. And that's a really nice thing. I wonder what is the range? Oh my God, it's a 10 range. Jesus fucking Christ. That is crazy. That's nuts. A 3-tick attacking weapon that it has a 10 range. That's as long as a fucking magic longbow, like a crystal bow. Like this is nuts. Okay, that's already insane, by the way, but literally, if you want to make the Dueling Wand really badass, it's keep the same, like, max hits, so it's really low, or not even, like, maybe keep the max hits because its base is 15 or whatever, so whatever that goes up to with the full max Mage, but literally make it so it has a minimum hit, and if that minimum hit were to be, like, a 9 or something, I know that sounds ridiculous, but if they toned it back and not like if they toned like the max hits enough down, so like you'd have to like whatever the cap is, let's just say it's like 25 with absolute max or something. Maybe it's not even 25, but if it was 25 and the minimum hit is now like a 9 or a 10 or an 11, is it 11? Maybe it's 11 at TOB that are like the smaller crabs. Like imagine the minimum hit was like an 11 with max Mage on, so it wouldn't be 11 just using it. You'd have to have full max Mage on. But imagine that was like the minimum hit, and then the maximum hit also gets diminished by like an 11 or something. So now it's, just like you're basically hitting very, very consistently in between like 11 and like 16 with like max mage basically, but it's 3 tick. And you can still splash technically, but if you're hitting, you're guaranteed getting those. That would be so fun to use. And it would literally have such a high value because everyone would be using it at top if you're in the mage role. Like that would be so dope. I'm not going to lie. That might be kind of busted. Let me know what you guys think. But man, that sounds so much fun to use. 3 tick, 10 range. Sheesh. Okay. Anyway. What's the DPS graph? Okay, so this is the new Wand and Tome, which is the green. Warp Scepters. Geez, the Warp Scepters already. Yeah, let's just pimp this thing out. Like, what? Can we not pimp this thing out? Like, I want to pimp it out. I'll be honest. I want it to have like a minimum hit thing. The minimum hits feel so good. I'm not going to lie. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Prayer regenerate. And again, like maybe something like that could come from a raid rather than like just some random Chinese dragon boss. Prayer regeneration potion, tradable. Our final reward is a new secondary ingredient, which, when added to an unfinished Renar potion, will mix up a powerful prayer regeneration potion. You'll need 58 herb lore to brew it, and it'll give around 132 XP per potion. The effect will regenerate 1 prayer point every 12 ticks for 8 minutes. So there's 100 ticks in a minute. So you're rejuvenating about 8 prayer points a minute. So 64, you're basically regenerating 64 prayer. So it's only 2 doses of prayer pot. Is this 4 dose? Hopefully it's 4 dose, which will give you around 8 prayer points per minute. Oh wait, why did I just okay, well, I was doing the mental math in my head, but yeah, it says 866 points overall. God damn it. I thought I was smart, but yeah, I still got it wrong. I said 64. Let's see what it looks like in practice. 99 prayer using protection prayers. 4 minutes, 57 seconds. And 99 prayer using piety and rigor. The problem is are these things 4 doses? Because they need to be 4 doses. So hopefully if they're 4 doses, then it's definitely worth bringing. But yeah, if it's just like some random like 1 dose or 2 dose thing, they haven't said anything, so I'm assuming it's going to be 4 dose, hopefully. You'll note that the Chambers of Zarek prayer enhance is actually much better, but this potion is something you can carry with you to locations where recharging your prayers is inconvenient or situations where you won't be using prayers as much. I will say this as well. What would be really cool with a prayer regeneration potion? So first of all, it must be 4 doses in order for this to be worth it, in my personal opinion. Because in so many situations, you're not even being able to be somewhere for like 32 minutes. So if you have like a 4 dose thing, this is going to be like literally 32 minutes of being somewhere, and bringing 1 potion for 32 minutes of something where overall the effect is basically 2 prayer pots. So you're bringing 1 potion in for the equivalent of what would be 2 prayer potions. So, but you have the downside of you have to wait for this thing to regen, over time, over 32 minutes, basically, for the full potion to be depleted. I think that's actually pretty damn well balanced. But I think what would be even cooler is add slight effects depending on what your prayer bonus is. So if your prayer bonus is extremely high, like let it be, so if you're at 0 prayer bonus, this is just the base, so your guy is wearing your no prayer armor whatsoever, 0 prayer bonus. It's the base 12, 1 prayer point every 12 ticks. What if, that speeds up to potentially, if you have absolutely pimped out Sunfire Fanatic armor, your dude has all the max prayer pimped out of control, then what if it would be like 1 prayer point every like 4 ticks or something? Something genuinely... Actually, at that point, you wouldn't even need it. It would be like overkill. It would literally be overkill because you already have so much prayer. Like, I don't know how they would do that, but maybe 1 prayer point every like 6 ticks or something like that. The problem is actually, you know what? This is fine because I'm thinking of the most extreme example where somebody is just pimped out in full prayer. Nobody's gonna be never go full prayer, guys. Never go full prayer. You guys know that. No, but so in situations where you just want to maximize a little bit of prayer, maybe it could just go to like 10 ticks or 9 ticks or something. So you're not fully pimped out, but yeah, it would be unreasonable to be fully pimped out in prayer and then also have this thing just regenning you every, 6 ticks or something or 4 ticks, whatever I said earlier. Because at that point, you'd just be capped at 99. You know what would also be really, really cool is if this prayer regeneration potion, okay, this is it. Make the prayer regeneration potion go above 99 prayer. That, if they weren't to add any sort of like prayer and extra prayer or something for like prayer bonus, at least make it so your 99 prayer can go above 99 to a max of like, I don't know, 140 or something. Because, then it would be really kind of useful in situations where you're just waiting around and you don't feel like you're wasting this thing. So let's just say you're in Toa. I guess you wouldn't really be bringing this in Toa. Maybe you are. You sip it for Toa or something. Now you're in between rooms. Your stats have regen. But now you feel so bad because you're already 99 prayer because you completed the room. And this potion is still reacting, but you're not gaining any benefit. So make it so it goes above 99. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. That I feel like is essential. I've obviously brought up the other example of like the prayer bonus, like enhancing this even beyond that. That would also be cool as well. Just so this potion feels like super, super like worth using in places, because it still has the downside. You have to wait for it. That is the downside, and I feel like that's already worth it, because most situations, most people are not even going to bring this as is, because you may as well just bring another prayer pot, because you get the instant prayers, the instant prayer potion. But I don't know. This would be really, really badass if nothing else, if they just made it so what it is right now, but they allowed it to heal above 99 prayer. That would be amazing. Anyway, so here's the survey. I'm going to have this blog post linked down below in the description. Also, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this. You can also discuss this boss with Mod Squid and Sarny at 6 BST today on Discord stages over at the official OSR's Discord. Over on our official Twitch channel, this week's live stream will discuss this fearsome new foe, and you can tune in on Thursday, May 9th at 17 BST. See you there. Very, very cool. I'm really, really excited about this. This seems really badass, honestly. So just TLDR is, it'd be amazing if the dueling wand and dueling shot had like a guaranteed minimum hit. That would just be, so good. And if the minimum could be like an 11 with absolute max mage, something like that. So it feels like at Tob, this would be like a new, really badass thing to bring. And the prayer regeneration potion, make it just go above 99. So when you finish a room or something, your dude's camped at 99, you're not feeling so bad. You're not feeling like you have to rush, like, come on, let's get to the next thing because my prayer revite is fucking capped at 99. This feels bad. Because we don't want it to feel bad. I feel like we want it to feel good, right, guys? Anyway, thank you guys for all listening. I appreciate you guys, tuning in, dropping feedback and stuff. It's really, really fun to do this. So thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.